Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today is the first video of 2022. I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas and an amazing New Year. I took a little bit of a break from filming. I took like a week off because Vlogmas is pretty intense. So took a week off. It was very nice. So we are back at 2022. We are doing our goals, and sorry if you can hear Oakley pattering about, but he is with me. So yeah, we are doing our goals for 2022 and also reflecting a little bit on 2021. I'm not going to do this for ages because I feel like it might bring the mood down, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So I have already planned this year's goals. I like to do it like literally like right on the new year, so it's already done and then I'm going to talk through them. I did a similar video last year, so we can talk about last year's goals as well, and you might already know them, but if not, we're going to talk through them anyway. I realise I need the iPad though, so hang on. So if you saw last year's video, you will know that I write down my goals every year on like a square bit of paper, a little bit pretty, like I normally do a little bit of a design thing around it, but unfortunately, 2021's one seems to have gone missing. I'm blaming Jack because he packed it. How did you hear that? I'm blaming Jack. He packed it in the move, and that seems to have it seems to have gone walkabout since then. And I remember putting it in a box, and then it's just disappeared. So I am blaming you. Now you can't hear me. So I had to figure out what they were. I had to go back on last year's video and write them down. So I have them written down on the iPad, and I'm not gonna lie, didn't do too successfully in 2021. So I'll go through the goals first and tell you which ones that I did meet, and then we'll talk a little bit about 2021 because it wasn't a great year. So read 12 books, smash that. I have the books that I read in 2021 video coming live soon. I've already filmed that. That should, I think it's Sunday's video, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. But I smashed that, read 16 books, 1.5k subs, did it. Thanks to you guys, so thank you very much. A memory a month. I actually haven't went through and checked this, but I'm pretty confident that it didn't happen. Less time on phone. This didn't happen because I downloaded TikTok in 2021. And you know what, like when I wrote less time on phone, I didn't mean like TikTok. I actually classify TikTok as kind of like entertainment. Like there's a lot of times that me and Jack go on TikTok instead of like watching TV. So if you don't include TikTok, I would say that I do spend a lot less time on my phone. I pick it up a lot. Like I have that habit of where I pick it up even though if I don't want to be on it. But I tend to like figure out that I've done that and I'll put it down pretty swiftly. Mainly because there's nothing to do on it. But I think I do spend less time on it. But if you're including TikTok, I definitely didn't do that because it's became my entertainment. We've watched a lot less TV this year because of TikTok. 5 shoots, that was photography shoots, didn't do that. I think I did 3 or 4. I think I did 3 or 4. Have an income, haven't done that. Better relationship with food, I have done that. It is much better. It's still not perfect, but I'd definitely say my body dysmorphia is now more of the issue than my relationship with food. I've gotten very good at just eating through it anyway, even if I don't feel like it, and not counting calories and things like that. So I definitely do have a better relationship with food. Save more money, didn't do that because I didn't get an income. And more time outside. I don't think we did do this. Yeah, I don't think we did do this. So overall, 1, 2, 3. Oh, and there was also, I forgot to write this one down. Keep the kitchen clean. We moved house, so it was very specifically that kitchen, so it kind of went null a little bit about like halfway through the year. So out of, no, we'll do 1, 2. We'll not include the kitchen one because we've moved. So out of 9, I did 1, 2, 3. It wasn't a successful year. But you know what, for 2021 it's been a very weird year. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen the story that I did when the new year happened, because I basically went into New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve wasn't great for me. spent the majority of the night feeling very, very down and crying for a lot of it because I just felt so rubbish and really lonely. I've talked about this before, but a lot of this year has been like intertwined with feeling lonely, and I know I have Jack and I'm very, very grateful for Jack. I do not feel lonely in a romantic way at all, like, and in a like partnership way I don't feel lonely, but it's more like friends and family, because I don't really have that. That's the kind of like loneliness that I'm feeling, and that's kind of like gone throughout the year, and that's kind of made a lot of it down. There have been some really good highs, like going to Lanzarote, mine and Jack's 10-year anniversary, Gdansk. There have been a lot of ups, but there's also been like a lot of downs, and the thing that I mentioned in my story was that I've realised that I haven't really been like feeling great mentally for the last like few months, and the thing that made me realise it is on New Year's Day I went through my stories archive, because I love doing that. I normally do it on New Year's Eve, but like I say, I wasn't feeling great. So on New Year's Day I went through my stories archive, and I just, like, I realised like how good I was feeling, like round about the May to July kind of time, and it made me realise how like not good I've been feeling for the last few months. So the last few months haven't been... Oakley is trying to kill one of his toys. Anyway, so the last few months I haven't been feeling great. So 2021 didn't end great, but it hasn't been great the entire way through, and especially with goals and stuff. And I've been up in the air a lot about where I am in terms of what I'm doing with like work and things like that, because if you are new or if you haven't been subscribed for that long, I finished uni with the plan of becoming a photographer and also still doing this, because YouTube kind of came about for me like really in second year. And then obviously I finished university in a lockdown, so photography kind of took a back burner, and then YouTube kind of became my thing, and I've been very much toying with, right, okay, so do I dedicate all my time to YouTube? Do I dedicate all my time to photography? Do I do both? Do I focus more on our business? Because me and Jack run businesses as well, and it's just been a bit like all up in the air. So I think going into this year I'm feeling a bit more clarity, because I've like kind of talked to myself about what's going to happen with that, and I can talk about this now actually, because it's not in my goals, but I've told myself that this year is kind of like the make or break it year for YouTube. So I have told myself that I'm going to have a year more, because I've been doing this for like 5-6 years now, and I'm still not there in terms of subscribers. Like, I don't want any of my subscribers watching this to be like, oh, we're not enough. It's not that. It's like, it does, like, for the amount of time that YouTube takes up, I do need to see an income from it, because like it's literally like my full-time job, and I'm not even making like an income from it yet, because like my following isn't that big, and obviously the more following that I get, the more income I can get off YouTube, off ads, and then possibly brand deals and stuff. But I've been doing it for 5 years, and then more like nearly 2 years now full time, and I'm still not getting an income from it. I'm very, very, very fortunate in terms of that, like, Jack can support us whilst I'm trying to do this, but there needs to be a point where I say, right, I need to stop and do something else and make an income. So I've told myself that this is the year, and if I don't make it this year, by the end of this year, I'm not going to do YouTube anymore. So I think I'm going into it with more of a clear head in terms of that, like, I'm not going to like keep being like, oh, maybe you should do, I'm not going to do that. Like, this is it. I'm going to do it for a full year, full time, really dedicating myself to it. And then if I don't hit a certain goal by the end of 2022, that's it, gone. So I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic for this year, and because I've now realised that I haven't been feeling great for the last few months, I feel like I can work on that a little bit more. And yeah, so I will now go through the goals. They are written down on the iPad, but I've also done my little sheet thing, so I'll just pick that up because it might be easier actually. So I did a little bit of a different design this year. So normally I have like a big like column on the side, but I did a little bit different. We've still got the plants theme, but it's a little bit different. So I'll just go down and read them. So one of the goals is 5k subscribers. I would ideally like more than this, and at the same time, this is a very big jump because I'm only at 1.5 now, but I feel like 5k is a good enough amount to say that I have made progress this year, and I feel like with 5k I'll definitely be on like a monthly income. So I feel like 5k is like a good enough goal to say that I'm doing okay, but then not too unrealistic. So yeah, 5k subscribers. Read 20 books. So last year's goal was 12. The year before that was 15 and I didn't do it. But last year's was 12. I talk more about this in the book video that's coming on Sunday. So I'll not go on about it now, but I'm hoping 20. It's only 4 more than I did this year, like 2021. So hoping I'm gonna make it. See more muscle. This is just, it is what it says, like it says on the tin. I would like to see more muscle. Have a close friend. When I say this, I am in 2 minds about saying this on YouTube, because I know a lot of friends, well, not a lot, like two of my friends do watch this, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that I don't have any friends, because I do feel like this year I have realized that I do have friends. Like, I do have friends. I have very good friends, but I don't feel like I have like any close friends, like friends who like we're texting a lot, we're always wanting to see each other. A lot of the friends that I have now have their own friendship groups and have their own lives, and it's just kind of like I'm just a friend who sometimes pops in now and then, whereas like I would love a friend who we text a lot and who, like, New Year's is a good example. So I didn't have any like invites for New Year's, and nobody asked me if I wanted to do anything for New Year's, and I know that I'm getting older, and I know that it's a thing of adulthood where not everybody has time for everyone, but it's like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm a priority for a lot of people, and that's no offense to any of the friends watching. I know that you love me, but it's just, I would like something more from a friendship, if that makes sense. Like, I want like a best friend who we talk all the time and stuff, and I know there are reasons that the friends I have can't offer that, and that is completely okay, but it's just something I would like. Anyway, I feel like I'm digging myself into a hole. More pride in my appearance. This is a bit of a funny one, but basically I'm at that point where I will only make an effort with myself if I'm going somewhere, and even then sometimes I'm just like, nah. But when I do it, I just feel so good. And when I looked back on my archive, the stories where I could tell that I'd made an effort with myself, it just made me feel really happy and really proud. And that's not to say that everybody has to do that, but I think like I have an emotion set with that, and I want that emotion more. And I imagine not a lot, like not everybody has that, and that's why people don't set this as a goal. But for me, it's just like I get a certain feeling when I've made an effort, and it makes me feel happy. And like at the minute I just don't make an effort, like with my hair and stuff, like I'll let it get greasy and it'll just be up in like a ponytail that I don't feel good in for like days on end. But this year I'd like to take more pride in it and just do things that make me feel happy, and like do my skincare and stuff like that. And make more memories. For the last 2 years I've done a goal of make a memory every month, but I don't want to put that pressure on myself anymore, and it just doesn't feel like it's working. So I just want to make more memories, and I think that comes in with like the friends thing, like doing more things with a friend would be great, and then me and Jack doing more things. Even though we did some really good things in 2021, I just feel like I would like some of them, I would just like some more and different types and stuff. Post stories more. This comes off my archive thing, because I'm hoping this is going to happen, because apparently Instagram's getting redesigned this year, and I'm really worried they're going to take stories off. But I absolutely love going back through my year on Instagram and looking at my stories. And I know people are just like, well, why don't you just do that with your photos? But my photos are clogged with rubbish. Like, clogged with rubbish. There are just screenshots from random stuff, and then I tend to take like a lot of the same picture of like Oakley just to make sure I'm getting the right thing, and then I forget to go through and delete it, and it's just so clogged. Whereas my stories tends to be like the highlights and like things that are important, and I love going back through that and seeing them. And this year I haven't done that anywhere near as much as normal. Like, it normally takes me a while to go through them. It didn't take me that long this year, so I would love to post more to my stories and just get back in the swing of it. Better work-life schedule. this is like, it's not about a better work-life relationship, it's more like a better work-life schedule, because at the minute I tend to, like, the last few months, I think that's why it's kind of went a little bit all iffy, like, I tend to not get up till late, and then I don't get back from the gym till like 2, and then I'm having my lunch at like 2 till 3, and then I tend to sit on my phone for a little bit, and then I start working at 4, and then I don't stop working until like 9 o'clock, and it's just not what I want. So I'd like to get a better life schedule. And like the thing is as well, because I do that, I always feel like I'm not working enough, because I'm like not working through the day, which is rubbish, but I still feel like that. And then I never feel like I get to relax. I do this anyway, like I've always done it with being self-employed, and I've always done it with school and everything, but I don't know how to not feel guilty about not working. Like I always feel like I should be working. Like if I sit down and relax for a second, I'm like, no, I should be doing this. Even if I don't do it, even if I will just sit on my phone and procrastinate, I'll still be like, I should be doing this, I should be doing this, and just the guilt keeps coming and coming and coming. But over the week between Christmas and New Year's, I actually told myself just to not do anything, and I was like, you don't need to do anything. Vlogmas has happened, you're allowed a week off, and nothing, well, we did have to work with head soap, but me and Jack did it together, so it was quite quick for the cleans and things. And then yeah, I didn't really have anything else to do, and I gave myself a week of just doing nothing, and it felt great, like having them like, no, I've done work and I'm allowed this week off. And I actually relaxed for once, and I read and I played Sims, and me and Jack watched movies, and I didn't feel guilty, and it was really good. And I would really like to have that time more regularly where I don't feel guilty. So I'd like the both to be better. Last one is being a better place with Oakley. So this year has been tough, because this is the year, and a little bit of last year, but mainly this year, that I got a lot of hate for Oakley and stuff. And then I think my relationship with Oakley hasn't been great. It's not bad, do not get me wrong, but I'd like to get it better, and I would like to, I don't know how to describe it without sounding like an awful person, but I'd just like to be in a better place with him, because I think I focused too much on the training at the beginning, because I thought that's what I was meant to be doing. Because of training videos and stuff I was watching, they would be like, do this, do this, do this, and I think our relationship suffered a little bit in terms of my head. I think Oakley was okay, but I think in terms of my head, I was just like, it wasn't great. So I'd like to be in a better place with him this year and not expect too much of him. So that is the last one. Another thing that I've actually done this year is I've done a vision board. I have been wanting to do one for ages, and I finally done one. So I actually did this last night, and I did film it a little bit because I wanted to put it in this video of like making it. So I will pop that clip in now. Okay, so vision board. I have got some printed out pictures. The way I got them was basically I broke down all of my goals into what they were. Essentially, I didn't break them down any further, and then just kind of like went through Pinterest and kind of searched for things that related to it. So we have, I've printed bigger ones for kind of like the background, and then there's little ones to put on top. So like the bigger ones, we have like reading goals, and then there's like travel-y kind of relationship ones for Jack, and then there's more kind of travel-y ones, like these are couple ones, and then there is a friendship one there. Again, more travel ones, and then these are some littler ones that I've printed off. Again, some littler ones. Little ones with a combination of big ones, and then some littler ones again. And I think, oh, there's some more over there that I need to get as well. So where I'm up to now is they are printed off. I'm going to go through and cut them all out and then put them into their like categories, and then I'll figure out where I want the background ones on the paper. I'm using a scrapbook I bought to do a scrapbook with, but I haven't used it yet, and it's a nice big size. It's like the biggest thing that I have, and I printed off pictures bigger than I thought I would. So I'm going to cut these out now and then put them all in their categories. Okay, they are all cut out. So I've put them into their different piles. Oakley's gonna come and say hello. We have like, this is like the YouTube pile. So I've got like how many subscribers, brands that I would like on my dream brands to kind of work with. Then like Instagram feeds that I like the look of and kind of want to like aspire to. Then we've got pictures of like healthy relationships with dogs and stuff, because there's a relationship with Oakley that I want to get better with. These are like appearance ones. Then we've got reading ones, muscle ones, These are just little miscellaneous. These are just miscellaneous little ones. Quotes there. Then we've got friendship ones there, relationship, traveling ones there, and travel ones there. So I've got my scrapbook. I don't think they're all going to fit on. So I'm going to put the background images on first, like the big ones, like these ones, and these ones. Put them down first and then see where we're at. They are done. I will show you them properly in the the proper clip that you've just watched kind of thing. But yeah, I ended up having to do 2 instead of 1 because the pictures were just too big. Like there would, half of them barely fit on a page and I've still had to not use some. So this is the first page. This is more kind of like chill life kind of stuff. So we've got like more the reading ones, the dog ones, more of the like relationship ones, traveling, friends, and a few little quotes here and there. But we've got little doggies put about for this one. Then we have more of kind of like a professional one. So we've got like body positivity and muscle gain stuff, like memories, being confident in front of a camera, again little quotes dotted about. And then we have like subscribers, followers on Instagram, and then brands that are like my dream brands to work with kind of thing. So yeah, I kind of used the leftover relationship and traveling ones for the background here, and a few of the big reading ones. There's one like there as well. And then also the Instagram feeds behind. But I'm quite happy with how they turned out. I was going to make it double-sided, so I was going to do that one on there. But I was talking to Jack and seeing what he thought, and I thought it would be better to kind of like be able to see them side by side if I wanted to. So yeah, that's it. So yes, it is done. I've had it out on the puffy since I did it last night, and I'm really happy with how it looks. Like I really like having it there, and it's just really, it's pretty. I know I said in that clip I'll talk through it more now, but I feel like I talked through all of them I've talked through it quite well after I said that I wasn't going to talk through it. But yeah, this is it. I really wanted to see things, and I really wanted to, because I feel like writing things down for me, the writing part helps, but then I don't look at it again. Like my phone is full of notes of things that I was like, this is really important to remember, and then I just never look at it again. Whereas I thought pictures is just, it's good to have like the visual to look at of your goals and things. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wish I'd done it on a bigger one, but I just didn't have any paper that size. So yeah, I'll go through it quickly again, in case I watch that back and then be like, you didn't really explain it. So this first page is more like just like life kind of stuff, and I don't feel like that has a lot of explaining to do. So like we have like things that I like would signify a better relationship with Oakley. So being able to go on a walk with him in the woods, and I know that sounds so simple, and probably some people are like, Sarah, you should be doing that anyway, but that really stresses me out at the minute. So I'd love to do that. I'd love to be able to take him like kayaking or on a boat or something, and then just let him go swimming. So yeah, and then there's just like relationship-y ones. These ones were meant to be like the background pictures of the big one, so I wasn't thinking these were going to be like as big of a focus, but they ended up being. They're on their own one. There's loads of travel ones, and I know that isn't a goal, but the main reason that isn't a goal is because we don't have the money to travel. I've mentioned that we're a bit low on funds at the minute, but we don't have the money to travel, so I didn't want to put that as a goal and then feel disappointed that it wasn't going to happen. But I want it to happen, and I'd love to manifest it. So that's what they are, and I'd love to get more pictures of me and Jack like that. So that's what they are. And I've got little friendship ones to signify like the close friendship kind of stuff on there as well. And then the quotes that I used, I'm not a really big fan of like having like quotes and like on your phone, you know, like pictures of quotes, but I like all of the vision boards that I saw had them, and I thought they made them look pretty, so I've put them on. I've only gone for ones that I really like believe in though. So like there's like be the energy you want to attract. That's something I feel like I've gone down with last year. Like when I read You Are a Badass, that was something I really took on. And then the last year I feel like that's gone a little bit, so I want to do that more. I'm healthy, wealthy and happy. That's just a manifestation, like affirmation thing that I do regularly anyway, so I just felt like it was like appropriate. Then I had I am capable of achieving anything I put my mind to. I doubt myself a lot. Like a lot of the things that I want, in my head I'm like, but it's not gonna happen. So that's a big one. I will do big things, same thing. And I have what it takes to live a life I desire, and that's the same thing. So yeah, and then this page is more like my Instagram kind of thing, so I want to get better with I love taking pictures. Like I love, it sounds silly, but like modeling, like I love being in front of the camera and taking loads of pictures and stuff, so I'd love to do that more. And then obviously the subscribers things, and these are like my dream brands. I didn't really go through them, so I'll go through them. So there's Oh Polly and Boo and Tea. I didn't realise like their ethos behind their brand until I discovered like Dummy Waffles release, so I really like them. Rain, because you guys, if you're a subscriber, know I drink it non-stop and I would love to work with them. Gymshark, obvious, and I think that's all of them on there. Yeah, there are other ones, but these are just the ones that came to mind like straight away. And there's like a little plaque there because really I want it to be more than this, but it's just, that's my achievable goal, but then this is the goal. So yeah, and then we've got like just like muscle and like just ones that I found on Pinterest. So yeah, they're kind of the vision board. I really like it. I don't know where I'm going to put it because I would like it near my desk, but I don't know if I'd like it on the wall. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them in this sketchbook, and then maybe I could do something with this sketchbook, or I could make this my 2022 one, because I'm going to start doing sketchbooks for the year. So I'm going to make a 2021 one with pictures of stuff that happened this year. So this could be the start of my 2022 one. So yeah, that is it. That is the goals for this year. I know this turned out to be quite a long video and I apologise for it, but I just wanted to go through it. I liked doing it last year. Even though it didn't do that well, I like going through it with you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave it a like. Like I said, last year's didn't do that well, so I'd really appreciate a like if you can give one, and comment. Let me know what your goals are for this year. I love hearing other people's goals, especially if they're really specific. Like I know a lot of people just be like, go to the gym more, but I love hearing like the specific ones that people have. So if you're comfortable, please leave them below, and subscribe if you are new and help me get to that subscribers goal. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in all of the videos for this year. Bye guys.